Hello everybody, how are you today? Please take a moment to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you would wish. Now, recently we had episode 1 of season 2, which was also known as the sneak peek, of Smothered. So, we meet the new couple from Florida, Mary, who is 55, and Brittany, who is 19. Now they start their day by showering together, and Mary washes her hair and her body, and Mary's a lot shorter than Brittany, so it looks kind of funny with her bending her head backwards. But Brittany says that it's very comforting to her and that they have a spiritual connection. Now, when Brittany was little, she was in beauty pageants and did rather well, according to her mom. However, she had a medical condition which caused her to go into puberty at the age of 5. And Mom was doing one of her shower things. She noticed, her little girl was getting hair. And not only that, she started growing rapidly. So she was like the biggest kid in her class, on top of the fact developing in front. So she didn't have very many friends. So her mom was her only friend. So, she got out of school, she started the police academy, which she's getting ready to graduate from very soon. In the meantime, Mom met a man at church. He seems to be a pretty nice guy. He has a tailor shop, and his name is Frank. So, she became friends with Frank, and that turned into a relationship, which turned into a marriage. And Brittany was not happy with that. She doesn't like him. She doesn't even want him in the house. Now, Frank apparently had cheated on Mary at his bachelor party. And when she discovered that, she tore up the marriage license and threw it in the toilet and flushed it. Now, I don't know if that really counts as a divorce or not. Because Brittany is saying, well, they're not really married anyway. And I don't know if is that how it works. If it were that easy, wouldn't people just do that instead of going to court? I don't know. But anyway, Brittany thinks he should move out. And he thinks Brittany should move out. But she is only 19. So, that's still pretty young to be living on your own. I think they should maybe strike up a deal, that after she graduates and gets a job in her field, give her 6 months or so to save up money and then move out. But, I don't know how this is going to work. So one of our returning couples is Sun-hee, who is 52, and her daughter, Angelica, who is 32. Now, Sun-hee raised her alone. They're from Las Vegas. And you remember last year they were the ones that would share the bathwater? Not at the same time, though. And it kind of defeats the purpose, I think, of taking a bath if you're going in dirty water after somebody already came out. Yeah, it's just me. But anyway, Angelica has been seeing this guy, Jason, for a couple of years. Unfortunately, he's still legally married. He's been separated for quite a while, but still legally married. And he went so far as to give Angelica a ring, which she wears on her right hand because she doesn't feel right wearing it on her left. And this is also a source of contention with Sun-hee, and I don't blame her. Nobody would want to see their daughter getting mixed up with a guy who isn't divorced yet. I just don't think so. Anyway, Sun-hee says that Angela's been sneaking out lately. She's disappearing on her. She don't know where she's going. So she hops in her car and she puts on her Google phone locate and finds her at a nail salon. Now, that's something they do together, so that upsets her quite a bit. And she shows up, and sure enough, there's Angelica with Jason and their dog getting pedicures. And he surprises Angelica then with Sun-hee there. And he's got the paperwork done for his divorce, and I guess the last thing now is just to go meet with a lawyer or a judge, whatever, and sign off on it, and that's the end of it. And Sun-hee insists on going along. Okay. So one of the new couples then is also Marcia, who is 68, and Alina, who is 21. Now, Marcia adopted Alina from Siberia, and she turns out to have a rare enzyme disorder, so she has to get weekly treatments for that, and it stunted her growth. So I'm thinking, she went to school, she was bullied like Brittany and didn't have a lot of friends either. So her mom was her best friend. It's obvious that this girl adores her mom. Obvious. Now, when Alina was little, she wanted a puppy. And Marcia said, no, we can't have a puppy. So Marcia kindly became the puppy for her. So, every morning Marcia wakes her up by licking her face. Yeah. Licks her face just like a puppy. Yeah, you all know the human mouth is like one of the filthiest things there is, right? So I'm hoping that this enzyme deficiency thing doesn't make her susceptible to a lot of germs and diseases and things, because that could be really, it is unsanitary without a doubt, but it could actually be dangerous. But anyway, she wakes her up in this fashion, and then they chase each other around the living room. Now, Marcia said, that she gets her to run and chase her to develop her motor skills, because she, I guess, had a hard time, being able to run and do things. So that's somewhat logical there, but it's still kind of weird when you're acting like a puppy while you're doing it for a 21-year-old. Okay, our last couple that we saw on the first episode returns. They're from Chicago, Kathy and Christina. Kathy is 61, Christina is 35, and they are both married to men, not to each other. Although they say they are each other's husbands, which doesn't make the husbands very happy. Now, they also seem to be extremely close, and physically they are only 5 houses away from each other. Now, in this season, Christina has started remodeling her house. So Kathy suggests that Christina, her husband, and the kids move in with her, and they can live in the basement. Well, Christina's all for it. She gets along fine with her mom. Her husband, on the other hand, is not so much on board. He says their relationship gets on his nerves. And we haven't heard from Kathy's husband. I don't know if we will. I don't know his feeling on this at all. So I guess we'll have to wait and tune in next time and see what happens. So thank you all for joining me, and we'll definitely do this again. Bye.